Previously last week on Cockeye, the heroes enjoy the Festival of the Burning Sun. And leaving Castellan's skeleton in the street, wandered back to the Blue Water Inn to abandon Irina when the innkeeper begged for help with his booze situation. Wrapping up that request for help, and besides the eyes of thousands of evil souls watching you from somewhere, you passed an uneventful night in the comfortable inn.
Did we actually help the guy with the alcohol?
Did you find his missing shipments of booze?
No, I think we stopped around there last session.
Yeah, I don't think we actually went and got it.
So with that guy's plea for aid fresh on the forefront of your minds as you guys sit there eating breakfast of warm meat and eggs, you notice a man eyeing you nervously from across the room. A pious gentleman.
Yeah, I'm not too good with pious gentlemen.
Can I help you?
Well, yes, hello. I am in need of assistance, and discretion would be appreciated. There, let me come out there and have a seat next to you. Boy, I am the...
Very little gesture to the chair next, but in between the two of us, and kind of pull it out and dust it off of his hand.
He quickly sits down and looking around, leans in and says, look, I don't want this getting around, but currently the good luck omen has been stolen, and I kind of think it was the only thing keeping out the evil one who must not be named from our church, and what? Oh, no, please, don't look around. I don't want anyone else to know about this, and I need these good luck charm back to make sure that the devil is unable to gain entry into the church.
And what kind of charm?
Well, I am the priest at the church of Saint Andral. And
Cardace is gonna kind of flinch a bit.
Well, yeah, I did not mean to offend you. I think it might not be your kind of scene, true, but look, it's very important for us, the townspeople, to have this good luck relic, which was the holy bones of Saint Andral himself.
A corpse.
And this will only keep things out of the church and not the entire city.
Well, I think that the bones were stolen by a mischievous young lad.
Cardace is gonna check his bag to see if he's stolen any bones recently.
No, not you. This one. Good sense of humor here. No, seriously, boy, his name is, God damn it. Milovja. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying now. Damn it. Milivoja. Damn. It's that J at the end that's fucking me up.
You did.
I tried. You find him now. You find Miloshev. I told his brother to set him at ease. He is a nervous boy. I told him that the bones will always keep us safe, and the little pissant stole the bones. Man, Jesus fuck, am I right?
It's quite the language for a supposedly devout man.
True.
He crosses himself really quick. I forgot myself, pardon you.
What does this boy look like?
He is a young man. He is white man. About 14. Black hair? It looks like he has black hair.
Okay. I'll tell you what. If we have to move across him, we'll see what we can do.
Well, I don't want to put the timer on, yes, but it's important that we get the bones back before the burgomaster is having yet another feast. Slipping into French here. Hold on, let me pull back. Please help us get your bones back before the festival of Saint Andral. If we have the bones back before then, hopefully no harm will come to the congregation. Otherwise, who knows what could happen?
There are 3 things going on right now. Still need to go to the mountain. I still need to find the alcohol. And now someone's missing corpse parts.
Yeah.
And just as you feel exasperated and the priest stands up and bowing slightly, a man in a colorful, flamboyant outfit comes up to you all and stands directly in front of you, Cardius.
Oh.
Hold on, let me get the thing. You seem to have appropriated Sham and some sort of foul sorcery demon magic.
Excuse me, what?
You look up and see Rictavio looking down at you through his glasses and the cane in his hand raised up. He seems a little bit miffed that you took his tiger, and he looks down at you. What say you to the charge of tiger rustling?
Curtis is gonna look around, eat some of his breakfast, and just stare at the man as if saying, Are you serious?
With a flourish and quite a exaggerated, pull out the chair with an arm and then, sit down, he takes a seat next to you all at your table. I insist on compensation and refuse to leave the company of your party until I satisfactory compensation in the way of one trained tiger and armored tiger at that.
So what specifically are you asking of me?
Well, I want today that... God, Welsh is a little harder. I need to know that you're going to be treating Sam with the utmost care and respect. I insist on attending your party and ensuring the good treatment of the animal, as well as proper recompense.
Oh,
Oh
my.
Been waiting all week to do this shitty Sean Connery.
Well, you're putting me in a difficult position. I can't just have you following us around.
No, I insist I must come along with you for now.
It would be much better if you didn't.
Farius will kind of lean in towards him, kind of flashing his sharper canines. Are you really sure you want to do that? That's the wrong accent. Hold on.
Damn werewolf man.
Are you sure you want to do that? We are going into very dangerous situations.
Oh, believe me, Wolfman, I've come across many a dangerous foe with sharp teeth such as yours.
Include beyond the walls. Towards the mountain.
King of the North, yes, I know its territory.
Well, sir, are you fairly insistent on staying with us then?
Oh, yes, I insist.
Well, if you insist, can you make a wisdom save for me? Oh,
Oh,
insight.
dear.
Specifically.
I'll need an intimidation check from
It's
you
not
as well.
intimidation. I need that in the insight.
From various, I mean intimidation, but let's go ahead and do the insight for Rictavio here.
Ooh.
No, no, I insist, Wolfman. I'll be coming with you, and as for you, Cardius, you're the one who stole my tiger. I'm holding you personally responsible for repaying me.
Paris will sit back up, back in the chair, take a bite of food, swallow it.
Oh wait, he made a 14.
You rolled a little bit higher than you guys.
Oh, I'm adding +2 to my thing.
What's the insight you say?
Oh, it's contested, but if I use one of my charm attractions, I can add the +2.
Insight is charm.
No, I just needed the insight from him, and I needed persuasion.
He's got +7 to insight. That would be a 20. 21.
I give up. Why does he have a +7? What is he?
Give me a no roll. Oh, is that a roll in the Call of Cthulhu? I would also accept a history. History check as well.
Ignore the second.
You see a twinkle in his eye, just how he moves his cane deftly from one hand to the other. Looking closely, you see that this thing... Well, it might be a legendary cane sword, yes? By God, this is him! The legendary monster hunter, Von Richten!
Ah, he wasn't lying. Even more reason for me to not want him around.
Well, I dare say if he wants to come along, he can. It's just his funeral if he cannot hold his own.
What level is he?
Mm. He has a CR of 5.
God damn it.
He is technically higher level than us.
Well, we can't stop him at this point, I suppose. I'm not giving the tiger back.
Keeping the tiger, understood.
I got rid of an ooze for this.
Well, I am sated with my breakfast. Shall we be off?
Yes, right. Where to then?
You guys look around. Herrick's not here.
He'll probably...
I suppose we should at least glance for our lizard friend. So he should probably be able to catch up on his own.
Perhaps he finally got sick from eating all the street rats.
Perhaps. And Ferris is gonna take some bacon and shove it into his pocket.
You got some bacon pocket? Pocket bacon? Yep, you're gonna need some. You gotta always have a little bit of pocket bacon. That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, grabbing some bacon, shoving it in your pocket, and heading up the stairs, climbing up and enter Herrick's room and find the lizard in bed under the covers, just slowly rising and falling, tail poking out of from underneath. What do you do?
I'll walk over and boop the snoot.
You pull away the duvet, sending hundreds of rats squealing and running towards the holes, windows, and doors, flooding out and revealing bone-white lizard skeleton, and his large tail flops to the floor with a thud, revealing teeth and gnaw marks.
Oh dear.
So, this is not quite what I was expecting.
Darius just puts the covers back over the skeleton and steps back.
Just convenient thunder. Okay.
Well, Um, not quite sure what to do. I can't say I knew the fellow very well.
Can I go through Herrick's belongings?
Yeah, go ahead. You pick up his, you loot through his, you take the duvet back off, revealing the skeleton, and start looting through the corpse. You find that he has some arrows and a bow. You also find the rest of his accoutrement, anything that he looted.
Well, I suppose if we're taking his things that he, I guess, no longer needs, I'll take those arrows.
Alright. We don't know where he came from, do we?
No. Found him on the road. Quite illiterate.
About how much of Herrick is left?
Say about a wispy amount.
Like, how wispy on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh man, you gotta say that though. Well, you know, bones are pretty solid, so I'm gonna give it like a 3 wispy because it's just a few flecks of skin and scale that are waving around up there.
Is the entirety of his tail still intact?
You know, that's the one part that kind of stared away from. It's just like only things left. There's the skeleton and the tail.
Alright, I'm gonna gather everything into a pile on the bed and summon Saltus. So, Fog.
You know how many arrows Eric had on him?
Which one are you summoning?
The frog. Did you have that sound specifically for that?
Oh hell yeah! So you summon the frog?
Yep. And I'm going to have it eat Herrick's remains.
You all watch.
Rather not have to deal with explaining.
Leave no thing behind, no evidence, and you watch the skeleton of your lizard friend disappear within the throat and go. Kind of watch it like poke out from underneath his like throat area. Yep, he's inside the toad now.
Great.
How many arrows did Eric have?
It's not in his sheet, so I can't really be sure. I mean, most people start off with 20, though.
True. I bought extra. But, yeah.
Right. So we're down to 2 then.
It would seem that way. Unfortunately, well, 3 technically.
What do you mean?
Glass
I'm right here, bound to help you against the foes of Barovia.
Hardy is going to make just a look of disgust.
Well, anywhere you'd like to go, Cardius, before we take off?
Well, there was the thing with the wines I did want to check out. I could care very much less about the church.
The church is to be respected, but I have to agree. If we see the boy on the way, maybe we'll do something.
Depends on how I feel at the moment.
Likewise. Well, Fairies will kind of bow and motion out the door.
Candace is gonna start walking back downstairs. About how far away would the God, what was it called again? The Wizard's Winery. Yes. Do we have to find the cargo, I guess? Do we know where the initial place is so we can check in between there and here?
Wizard's Winery.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map.
Oh no.
I'm gonna bring you guys onto the Barovian. Barovia map, and we'll see if we can find the Wizard's Winery together.
Or in other words, Wookie forgot where it was.
It's labeled. It's not labeled on the map, so I'm having to find it.
Two of these people aren't here anymore. We have to take them off the map.
That's what I get for being shitty. All right. Okay, I found it. It's in location W.
As what?
You guys are over by Sapiens.
What?
So it's a little bit of a walk to get over to where the Wizards of the Winery.
Is it close to the mountain that I wanted to go to?
Ah, the mountain with all the evil, creepy creeps.
Is that over here?
Believe so.
Ah,
Double
jeez.
check that.
So is it on the way to go to the Wizard's Winery and then just continue on?
So it looks like the mountain is directly south of you, while the Wizard of Wines is more... It's pretty much directly west of you and then a little bit south. And then let me check where exactly... Because it's a big mountain, you know? You just don't want to go around on mountains being like, hey, mountain, what's up? Where are... Oh, God. Oh, God, we're on a mountain.
Right.
Everyone thinks they're friends with the mountain when they first get there. They're like, oh, it's so pretty and beautiful. Oh, God. Oh, God, we're all gonna die. I'm gonna eat you first. I'm not dying. You're gonna die.
Oh, that reminds me, I have to finish watching Alive. I think it's about the plane crash and people had to start eating each other. I've been really into cannibal movies lately. It's just such a nice taboo.
Any excuse, right? I mean, come on, guys. It's been 3 days that we've been stranded. We're probably gonna get rescued by a helicopter as soon as the storm passes.
Mhm.
Okay, and then the location calling to you through lurking. Ah, okay. You see this squiggly down here or to the right of Luna Lake? It's the far right squiggly.
One moment, let me locate the far right squiggly.
Yeah, the far right squiggly. You got it.
Okay. I see.
But that's just an estimation. It's just like you like spin yourself really fast in a circle and get dizzy, but the ominous feelings of ominousity are coming from that way.
Let's see how far away that is. I assume this is in not feet.
1 hex equals a quarter mile.
That's the thing for hex system, but I guess Wiki didn't lay down an actual hex thing and actually size the map properly.
When I was drawing this map by hand 300 years ago.
Oh, yes. Ooh. That's very far. Well, Farius, since you're traveling companion, what do you feel is the best thing for us to do right now?
So do we have an actual map, or are we just kind of guessing?
Did you ask for an actual map of Barovia from Ismark when you arrived and you had access to a burgomaster? Because, I mean, if you say you did,
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to
I was
say you
about
did.
to say I have a map, but no, I have a map or scroll case. I have no map. We are lost.
Ah,
I have a
shucks.
city map.
A mini map in the top right corner of your screen?
City map.
City.
Just follow that red
Bro.
dot.
Well, I guess the first course of action would be finding a map.
That sounds wise.
Right. Where would we find one of those?
In your time in Vallaki, you have picked up supplies from the local supply salespersons of the storage. Like a storage, it's like a mini storage you guys went over when you picked up Van Richten's carnival wagon with a tiger inside and jacked his tiger a little bit.
We didn't jack his tiger, he just didn't train it correctly.
I would have to question that, I dare say, that you went directly into my possessions, released my tiger, and he's going into the theft of his tiger. You guys remember that the Arisex stockyard might be able to furnish you with a pretty basic map.
Well, I suppose we should head that way.
I hesitate going there as their prices were outrageous.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
I have very little money.
I have enough for a map.
Alright.
Unless I'm going to barter them down. Which I could very well just steal their things as well. There are ways around lack of money.
Stepping out of the tavern, you guys make your way through the city and arrive at the stockyard, and it doesn't take you too long to ask for a map, and after a moment, yes, yeah. Oh, here you go. I got the only map here in a coloured. I used the crayons here to shade in the lovely lake here, Lake Zarovich. I used 2 different crayon colours for that.
The equivalent of a child's map drawn in crayon.
Right.
It's like the Golden Corral kind of map, but you guys, it is serviceable.
And how much?
I got 5 gold pieces for that there.
5 gold for a map.
Well, I mean, I did have to draw it myself. It's not like we got a lot of cartographers around here.
We had to pay less for a room.
Well, that I can actually afford. I will pay for the map.
I did not pay 5 gold for that, you being cheated.
Would you like to barter?
Well, that depends what you got.
I have complimentary wine.
Well,
That's
that
what
goes,
it's labeled as in here, but it's wine.
frankly, that goes a long way out here. I knock a few gold pieces after that. Okay, here you go. 2 gold pieces.
That's a bit more reasonable.
You guys make the exchange, and then heading over, you look down at the map, getting a rough distance approximation of where the Wizards of Wine are, and also this ominous mountainscape. Able to figure that each location probably take you about half a day to get to, other half to get back.
Well, the ominous mountain of ominousness, it's definitely a bit more concerning than simply going to get wine.
I would have to agree.
Shall we start off with the lesser of evils then?
I believe we shall. Before we go, and Farius will kind of look away a little sheepish. There's a place I wanted to check out.
Huh?
In town.
You haven't spoken very much for yourself. I would very much like to know where you'd like to go.
Standing in the main square, he'll kind of like motion over towards Blinksky's.
Cardace is gonna clap his hands together and grab the dapper werewolf man by his hand and drag him over to the store. Oh, why didn't you say so? We could have gone earlier.
Oh my god, I gotta get some bells.
Like, there were a lot of rats.
No. Come on. Oh, by the way, Cardaeus is gonna. You use a bow, right?
Yes.
Gonna hand you 2 vials of basic poison.
Alright.
So it's 1d4 damage. The duration is 1 minute, and it's a DC 10 con saving throw.
Alright. And how many uses
It's like about
per arrow?
or 3 pieces of ammunition.
Alright.
Go ahead and add that to your inventory as you guys tink, 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 tink. Step into Blinksy's toys.
Why is it so ominous in here?
Toys in Barovia are super metal. It's like Hot Topic, only more so.
Oh,
What a great sentence to arrive on.
All right, it's Eric.
you're dead.
Awesome.
We killed you.
Great.
Eaten by rat. He
Perfect.
died the way he lived.
Eating rats. Rats and eating? Wonderful.
What was the DC on the poison?
10.
All right, Eric, we'll introduce your character here in a moment. You guys walk into this cramped shop and has a dark entrance portcullis. Porticillo? Damn. Above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse with a B engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are 2 arched lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, you see a jumbled display of toys, and hanging in place and bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinksy." Walking in, you guys see, also perusing the toys, another individual with sparkly fists, diamond hands. Eric, will you please introduce your new character?
Give me just 1 second. It's taking me a second to... Oh, diamond hands. Oh, I didn't go with that build. I went with a different build.
Diamond
So-
hand.
I didn't go with divine punches. I didn't go with him.
Unfortunate. I'm gonna miss Herrick.
Rat's gotta eat.
Don't worry. Herrick's ghost is watching on. He'll be
No.
there when you eat any random food item without thinking.
Quite literally in Barovia, probably.
Oh yeah. He'll probably just get reincarnated.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Just come across a random lizard. Not even a lizard person, just a regular lizard.
Just a regular lizard that's eating, that's gnawing on a goblin carcass.
Oh yeah. It needs the veracity.
What did I name it? Yeah. Here we go.
You guys arrive in Strahd's throne room and see he has a terrarium with a lizard inside. A familiar lizard.
Oh no.
Surrounded by the corpses of goblins.
You gotta feed the lizard something. I mean, hey.
Oh Jesus. If I don't see that in Strahd's cast, I'm gonna be very upset. I'll have you know that, Wookie.
You guys peruse the different shelves of this dreary shop, and you see a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with its eyes and mouth stitched shut.
Can I check to see if there's anything cursed in here? Is that an Arcana?
I'll accept an Arcana check, also a Detect Magic. Might be able, if you want to burn a spell slot.
I forgot I could cast spells.
If you want to burn a slot.
Once per day as a racial feat.
Ooh.
I'll cast Detect Magic.
There's no need for me then. I'll keep my spell slots.
Yeah.
What's the range on that?
30 feet.
That's the wrong town. Nothing pings. You don't get any magical indication from any of these toys as you look at a miniature gallows complete with trapdoor and weighted hangman.
I wanted something cursed.
This store is quite strange.
As you kind of muse to yourselves about how strange this store is, a fat guy with like a jester hat, purple and green, comes out with a monkey on his shoulder.
Kirk with
Welcome to Blinksy's. This is Blinksy's Toys. How can I help you?
you got anything cursed?
No, silly, we don't deal with any magic. We just make wonderful toys. If we can all be happy, then the world be a better place.
Is this man mentally stable?
Define
Is that an insight?
stable. I will accept an insight.
Right.
He seems pretty disturbed. He seems like he believes wholeheartedly, if obsessively, that if they could just be happy, like the burgomaster says, Strahd would go away forever.
Well, who am I to mess with his beliefs?
Hey, these are fun. And he brings over a wooden and string mobile of hanging bats with flapping wings. Man, I feel like bats have had a rough time of it lately.
Oh, yeah, no, they have. They were already endangered as it was.
No, right? It's unfortunate.
Various is just gonna kind of wander off on his own to look around.
Other than some weird-ass toys, you don't see anything out of the ordinary, but you do see like a ventriloquist dummy that looks like Strahd.
How do we know? Oh, we do.
You have seen Strahd one time sucking on the neck of Irina.
Yeah, that was our old encounter. Wasn't a very good first impression.
No, that'll leave a mark, like the ones on her neck, 2 little pinpricks. As she sees this Strahd von Zarlvik doll, she reaches up almost involuntarily and presses down on her neck, rubbing it.
Wait, why is she here? We left her at the inn.
Have you know, I'm not leaving any of your sites until I know for sure that this town is safe.
That's quite fair.
It was a trap.
The building.
And now, you fat piece of shit, I want to know why the fuck you're making dolls of me without my express consent and you're not cutting me in on the royalties. And you just watch as she holds up a doll that has a remarkable likeness of Irina Kolyana herself. Look, Nick, that's not what I mean. I have these special made for someone else in this city. He's been telling me how to make these. I don't know who you are, miss.
Well, that's disturbing.
Give me that fucking shit. You know what you did, and I want at least 50% for using my likeness for these dolls.
This is not the drama I thought I would deal with today.
Well, I'm sorry. Look, talk with Isaac. I make these for Isaac. You talk to him about it. He'll tell you why. Yes, I think I will have a conversation with this Isaac and ask him why he's been asking for dolls about me. Frankly, that's just disgusting. Anyway, how many of these have you made for him, Blinksy? Oh, well, yeah, he asked me quite a few. He's trying to get it to look as close Well, goes to you as possible. And he goes over to this closet and opens it up. And you see lined from floor to ceiling, about 3 or 4 feet back in this closet, just spilling out onto the floor, are a bunch of Irina dolls.
If we had to give a guesstimate of how many there were, what would it be?
He's been working on this for quite some time. There's like a 3-foot pile there on the floor, 300-400.
Alright.
All night I stay up making Irina dolls. I've almost got it now. And he kind of holds up the doll at head level, covering up one eye, comparing it to the real Irina.
I'm gonna go look for a ball.
Almost got it now. What are you looking for?
Like, just a ball.
A ball? What ball? What kind of ball?
Like, around the size of a tennis ball.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you find a couple. You find like a big old bin of balls. They look like tennis balls, but they're a little bit softer, a little bit more bouncy.
I'm gonna take one.
You go ahead and add one soft, bouncy ball into your possession.
Arius does not have an high enough passive to notice.
When Severus least expects it's just gonna be like a fetch and just throws the ball off somewhere.
Alright, you ready with that character over there, Herrick? Let's hear it. You guys see this character walk into Blinksy's toy shop.
Gonna drunkenly stumble into the toy shop. There we go.
Oh, he's drunk.
Drunkenly stumbling. Yes. Missing his shirt. Big old tattoo on his shoulder. Stunning white hair, though, for someone so young. He's around 23, 24. Stunning white hair. Very pale skin. His eyes are bright blue, and he's got just a perfect white smile.
Can I tell if that's an elf?
Sure, you can roll to see if it's an elf. No, he looks mostly human. Mostly human.
Mostly.
Mostly.
Arius is mostly elf.
A haughty young woman walks directly up to you and then sticks her finger right in your face. Are you Isaac Stronzi? Did you commission these fucking dolls of me? And she holds up like a little doll that looks a little suspiciously like her.
To my character?
Yes, you just walked into your character.
Yes. No, I'm Anthony. Anthony Reed. Nice to meet you. That's a creepy dog. Where am I?
You're in Blinksy's toy shop. Pleasure to howdy business. No, don't you say any fucking thing. I'm talking to this guy right now. So you're saying you don't have anything to do with the creation of these dolls? Do you know where Isaac Stronzi is then?
Frankly, I just found out where I am. I don't think I need to keep tabs on other people.
Do you think you'd be willing to accept payment to beat the shit out of someone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. And she takes out 20 gold pieces and hands them to you. I need you to find this Isaac fellow and tune his ass up.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
I'm feeling quite a bit better.
Alright.
Where is he?
Well, I'll go to close up the shop for now. Thanks for enjoying Banksy's toys. And he muscles you guys out. For a fat guy, he's got that fat guy, strong guy strength. And you guys see him shut the shutters, and then whack, the close sign turns around sideways. And then, you guys are back on the street.
Well, that was more disturbing than helpful.
Just a bit.
Anthony, you said your name was?
Yes, I'm Anthony. Nice to meet you. Who are you?
Various to left, a pleasure. And he'll like kind of take his hat off and do a little twirl and a bow with the hat. And then put it back on his head.
Anthony would mimic his actions, but like not have a hat at all. And to you, who's this one? Turn into Cardius. Turn into Cardius.
He's going to give a small wave. Like, oh yeah, my name is Cadeus, no last name.
Irina Kuliana, and she gives a slight curtsy. And yes, I am the magnificent and well-renowned.
He's gonna speak.
What was that?
He's gonna shut him up before he starts speaking. This is no one who cares less.
I'll have you know I'm renowned far and out through the lands. My name is the infamous Van Richten. But you may call me Rictavio.
Okay, Rick.
No, you'll see, you're not getting that quite right. It's Rictavio.
Octavius, got it.
Okay, see, you're pulling my leg. That's very funny. You good sense of humor on this one.
Well,
Not gonna let you ruffle my feathers, however, and just keep an eye on these ones. They're tiger thieves.
I did not steal your tiger. He was improperly cared for, and I simply took him under my care.
That's an outrageous claim. I'll have you know that's the fattest tiger you'll ever see.
Ha! Are you very confident in your ability to take the tiger back?
Fat tigers are not healthy. There's a very precise weight they have to be.
Is there a clearing somewhere?
Wandering through the town, you guys come up to the middle of town, like the town square, and it is, other than the fountain in the middle, it is pretty clear, yeah.
Alright. I would like to get this settled once and for all. I'm very much tired of your accusation.
Oh, shit. Look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any offense.
He's going to take out one of the papers. I know. The time for apologies has passed. You've gotten on my nerves.
Oh, fuck.
It's gonna rip up the totem, and out of nowhere, it's gonna be the tiger. God dang it. It wasn't even the frog this time.
Sam appears there.
Oh, yes. Good evening, Sam. I hope you're doing well.
Growls back.
Nice. Now, what was it? Rick you said that I've stolen your tiger and that you were actually properly caring for the thing. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put him in the middle of both of us, equal distance. And we'll see who he knacks.
Oh my god. It's like that scene every time the dog like chooses a new owner. Come here, boy. Who do you love more? Come on, you know you love me more. Come on, you know.
Now, I'll set the instructions for you, then, Rictavio. Oh, rather, rules. I myself will not do a single thing. I will not call for him. I will not look at him. I will simply stand here to give you the best possible way of saying that you take care of him. And we both know that you kept him locked up in a storage bin in a wagon. Now,
I agree to your terms, and I have no doubt about Sam and his loyalties and that he loves me because he is a wonderful snugglepuss, and his bond that we share with each other transcends any other.
Ah, yes. It is nice to be optimistic. And he's going to let the tiger go.
And as you do, he does the quick back up. You both retreat to your respective points in the square at an equal distance, and he backs up, and immediately like gets down on his knees and starts beating the floor, and you see him reach behind him and take out a giant steak and start slapping the wet meat on the floor. Rictavio, oh, here, boy, Sam. Sam, I love you. Sam, I love you more than anyone loved you ever. Please, Sam, I need this, please.
Pathetic.
Gonna need some. Guess this will be a persuasion?
For Rictavio?
Yeah, for Rictavio, it'd be a persuasion for him, yeah.
It's like that scene in Mr. Popper's Penguins, because he's baiting them with food.
I was thinking the scene in SpongeBob where Gary is with Patrick. He's got a cookie.
Oh no. Gary, come home.
Gary! No, he doesn't have a plus to persuasion. It's going to be the +3 for charisma. Charm. 7.
How unfortunate.
Not good. You all watch on as Sam swishes his giant striped tail like back and forth, and then with his nose in the air, slowly trots over to Cardias, and then purringly like leans up against behind him.
Oh yes, such a good. He's gonna give him pets.
Deep rumble of the tiger purring can be heard.
And with that, Mr. Rictavio, I think things are cleared up.
Sam, why, Sam? Why?
He's going to dismiss the tiger back into its totem and pocket it.
You do so, and Sam returns back into the parchment and back into the scroll. And as you guys walk away, you see Rictavio crawling after you, one arm outstretched, very JoJo Bizarre's Adventure. Sam! No, Sam!
Can I intimidate him?
He's pretty broken. You just see him on 3 points, one arm outstretched. If you want to go up and just soccer kick him, why don't you? UFC style.
I don't want to touch. I just want to look at him.
Oh, God, kick him out while he's down. Absolutely. Go ahead. I mean, this is a broken individual. This is really just salt in the wound.
I don't know. I'm probably going to fail this now because we talked it up so much. Yes, that's the way the dice gods go.
You see, as you look back, a glint in the corner of his eye. Something you just did gave him hope that one day he might be able to get Sam back. Slowly,
Oh, wait.
like in the animes, head still down, he rises up. I'll save you, Sam. I'll save you, goddammit. Sam, I'm coming. Nothing will save Sam other than me, goddammit. Sam.
There's very little I could have done with that. The most I could have made it was a 7.
All right, so you guys still in the city of Vallaki. What are you doing?
Obviously, I'm looking for this dude. Looking around for him. I got paid to beat him up, so I got to find him.
Yes, you are looking for Mr. Pervy. I'm going to make sex dolls out of Irina Perv. Yeah, we got to take care of this guy.
Yeah.
Izek Strozny. Asking around, you're like, hey, you know who this is? The guy is, and people are like, what? And slurring through it, you do get the message across that he is Well, something of a henchman for the burgomaster. If you want to find him, you'll have to head to the burgomaster's house. He seems to be a live-in servant with the man.
I'm getting very tired of hearing about the burglar.
All will be well, though.
I must say, we shared a ball ride together, though it wasn't very enjoyable for either of us.
I would imagine.
An interesting individual. Well, shall we go pay this perv a visit?
I have nothing better to do.
Might as well.
Crossing back through the town square, you guys notice that the stocks are still full of individuals who are, well, they're still wearing the paper mache heads, but like some of them are singed and a little socky, so they're getting like suction cupped into the people, so you kind of see like where their heads are. As you walk by, you see one of the dudes getting raped, and moseying on, you go to the burgomaster's villa and stand in front of it.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, that's kind of what the stocks were
This is
for, actually.
passive walk through town. What?
Shit. Like,
Excuse
Kind of a common
No one gonna
thing.
do anything about that?
It's kind of a common thing to happen. I mean, if you're gonna sit there all night and watch the guy in the stocks, it's kind of considered to be a part of the punishment as well, is that all the individuals, all the devious individuals would come out at night and sodomize the individuals in the stocks.
like historically?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I thought that was just for like stabbing at them with sticks. I guess that happened during the day. But
No, you keep them there for a few days. That does happen during the day, like the shame. But then the real delinquents come out at night and have their way.
Oh, how many people are over there?
Well, you see that there's it's like 2 rows of stocks. You got the initial front row, and then you got an offset row behind them, but so you can still see them from in front.
What does that do?
Oh, it makes 2 tiers of stocks, so you can really like get your throw on from the crowd.
Great.
Oh dear.
I'm going to dip off into an alley really quickly.
Give me a stealth check.
Of course.
Cardius is gone.
It's nighttime, right?
It is nighttime. I'll say it's early night. It just turned. About 8 o'clock at night. You slip into the shadows as the rest of you stand in front of the burgomaster's mansion, look around before knocking. You're like, oh, shit, where'd Cardius go?
Darius just turns back to the house and knocks. Anyway.
Oh, yes, well, 1 second, I'll be right there.
I can only associate that with Samuel.
I'm sorry, 1 moment, please. After a moment, you see the burgomaster answering the door in a red, looks like a red robe with a fancy pattern on it, attended closely by his wife and 2 enormous mastiffs. Yes, how is it that we can help you?
Good evening. I believe we have some business with your servant, Isaac?
Doorman. Yes, doorman.
You don't say. Please step inside.
Of course.
Opens the door wide, and you guys enter a pretty lavishly furnished living room. The greeting area, you see a large wooden stairway snaking up to upstairs, and also the entryway, you just see like large, lavish paintings, long hardwood tables.
Darius will, after entering, kind of bow, tip his hat to the lady of the house, and then take it off and flick it, and it turns back into the handkerchief she then puts in his pocket.
Oh my! Oh, isn't that wonderful? Oh.
I remember her. I hate her.
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Amazing. Can you do it again?
Sure. He'll pull it back out and flick his hand in a different way, and it turns back into the top hat.
Oh, that's amazing. Did you see that, Baron? Baron, did you see? Yes. I saw it, dear. Fucking calm down. You're going to have a seizure.
Ferris will kind of cough awkwardly and then turn it back into a handkerchief, put it in his pocket, starting to button and roll up his sleeves.
Getting a little Mickey Mouse on myself. All right.
Copyright.
We just got sued. Fuck.
Cease and desist.
So, as I said, we would like to speak with your servant.
Yes, and what is it exactly Isaac's done this time?
Well, he has defiled this woman's privacy. Motion.
I'll tell you what he's fucking done. He's made all these pervy dolls, and you see here, it's got a fucking hole in the bottom. She like puts her finger through the anyway.
Oh,
It's like wiggling it around in front of the Baron's face, like an inch away from his nose. He's like, dear, this is not the first time this has happened. Fuck, I really have to start finding better people. This is quite very old, you understand. Isaac, would you get out here? You guys see this monstrous-looking henchman get out of, come out of nowhere. He's coming out of the cupboards, under the stairs.
how big?
Gotta find him. See Appendix D. Shit. He's a medium humanoid.
Everyone's a medium humanoid.
Goliath or medium humanoid, and they're like 9 feet tall. I think is the tallest they can be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys see a boulder come out from behind the stairs, and next to these two giant mastiffs, you start reconsidering your position of power. This guy's got shoulders like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What is it you need? Well, Isaac, it seems that you've been making some inappropriate dolls of the young lady Irina here. Who's Irina? Oh, don't play dumb, you stupid son of a bitch. Oh, well, I guess that would mean you're not playing dumb, but don't play dumb. I know what you're doing, and you know what you're doing, and I need you to confess. Now, how out with it? Oh, I recognize you. You're the woman from my dreams.
Creepy.
Well, I didn't think it was creepy. I just always saw her. Yes, go on, Isaac, or you say you saw her in a dream. Go and tell us what you dreamed of.
And
Oh, well, maybe you might be able to tell us about something about the young lady. Oh, well, I suppose it wasn't no big. I saw her in a coffin. So pretty, but quite dead. Irina
Is
looks
that-
a... Oh, go ahead.
is that technically necrophilia? We all wanted to ask the question.
I mean,
We were all thinking it.
Fuck, I forgot he was fucking them. Shit.
Yeah.
So, if you saw her dead, why did you have the holes placed in the...
I
These are
deny
real
what
questions.
you're implying. That wasn't happening.
Various will just take the doll from Irena and motion to the hole.
Look, I requested that those were anatomically correct for child abuse. Yeah, safe the children.
Right.
I don't think that makes it any better. Various is like, he wants to help Irena get her like pride back, but he's also looking at the massive muscles on this guy and comparing them to his own stick arms. And like,
Maybe bad. This guy looks like he eats a horse a day.
You're literally a werewolf. What are you scared of?
Listen, and Brayden's like, he doesn't care.
Various might be a werewolf, but he has a 10 strength.
Oh,
He is not very strong. He is all dex.
you have blood bending. What are you scared of?
Yes, but it's also in a town that's like anti-werewolf, so kind of showing that off to the Burgermeister might not be the best idea.
Wait, you said you were a werewolf?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry, I misheard.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, you were the one paid to deal with this. I'm motioning to Anthony.
We'll just hope he's stronger. Oh yeah, Wookie, can I do the thing I set off to do when I snuck away?
Absolutely, this is actually a good opportunity. Cutscene over to Guardias. What are you doing?
Alright, are those people still crowded around the, office?
In fact, a queue has formed.
About how large is the area of which the queue is in?
The queue is about 4 or 5 people deep, and you'd say, call it a 20 by 10 foot area where these people are in their stockades. So I'd say that area behind them would be a 20 by 20 by 10, 20 by 5.
Alright, I'm going to fly up a couple feet. And summon the frog, but mid-air, about 10 feet, and let it drop on the queue.
And it smashes down on all those people. Where exactly are you trying to drop the frog?
Just on the people.
Are you trying to hit the people in stocks or just the rapists?
The rapists.
All right, go ahead and give me, I'll say, Arcana check as you try and summon the toad directly above the rapists.
Right. Okay, one moment. Dice gods are on my side.
All these rapists get squished flat. Their peckers and balls go flying all over the walls.
Alright, I'm just gonna immediately dismiss the frog after that. Make it look like nothing happened. You people are crazy.
This one woman who was sitting on this guy's face, clit, is just smashed right through this pane of glass.
Right. About how many people was that?
You probably just easily just killed at least 10 people.
I'll add
A
it.
lot of rapists in this town.
Right. Now I gotta find the count in my bio, but I'll add 10 people. And then I'll fly towards Burgermeister's house before turning back into a human form.
Oh, you're picking up the souls of those rapists as well.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you taking a moment, fly down like the angel of death, collecting these souls. Go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
Dang it.
Of the rapists, only one of them had a soul, which actually makes a lot of sense.
Fair enough.
And as you head back to the Burgermaster's house, 4 of the 5 rapists, 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 chill comes over the city of Vallaki.
1,990.
So close, you feel a vibration as you get closer and closer to your goal. Thunder cracks in the distance. An unnatural darkness creeps in, limiting your sight to a few feet.
I have blindsight.
And because of that, you realize this darkness is magic. And as that realization comes over you, and this darkness still prevents you from seeing, you hear footsteps directly behind you, and turning to see, emerging from the magical shadows, is a tall man with obsidian skin and glittering green eyes approach. Cardius, he leans into you. I wish I could quit you.
Excuse me. Can I tell what this person is?
You recognize him. It's Gratz.
God damn it.
And while Cardius and Gratz disappear into a magnificent mansion, we're going to take a 5-minute break.
Oh yeah, giant frog weighs 200 pounds.
Only 200 pounds?
Yeah, only.
Wow.
Oh wait, that's a frog. I have a toad.
Oh.
2 tons.
That makes a lot more sense. I was like, wait, the frog's only 200 pounds? Or the giant toad's only
Like,
200 pounds? How's that going to crush 10 rapists?
I weigh more than the frog, like, jeez.
Because technically a giant frog still only counts as a medium creature. But yeah, toad's 2 tons.
I think it'd be large.
It is a large.
That makes more sense. Okay.
Frog isn't large. The toad is, not the frog.
Toads are superior.
Until it comes to eating them. Then it's a toss-up.
Yeah, just about. I like how slimy the toads are.
They are slimy.
I thought toads were the dry one and frogs were the slimy ones.
They can be.
They need to stay moist.
Probably depends what kind of toad they are.
I've only seen dry toads.
Where have you been that you have dry toads?
Invasive toads in Texas.
Texas toads.
And horny toads. Horny toads, but those aren't toads, those are lizards. Yeah, they shoot. These little lizards are like the weirdest thing. Like, they squash flat just because they want to. And they shoot blood like 5 feet up into the air out of their eyes.
Oh,
Oh, it looks like toads are frogs, but frogs aren't toads.
What? It's like the squares are...
Mind
every square is a
blown.
rectangle, but no rectangle's a square? Like
Yep.
that rule? Ah.
And it looks like toads don't have the same tongue as frogs. They have to walk up to the food and throw hands with it. They have to eat it.
makes sense.
Yeah. It looks like they actually are fairly dry. There's only like a couple species that produce mucus. I'm just gonna assume my frog is dry. Nice dry, warty frog.
Warty toad.
Oh, but they can, some toads can transmit warts, and some toads secrete toxins.
Dude, the toxin ones are my favorite.
Oh god.
To
It's
lick.
the LSD toad.
Hypnotoad.
Toad.
Hypnotoad.
Oh, but the toad does have like poison damage on its bite, so I don't know. It might be a toxic toad. It's a bufatoxin.
Lick it and find out.
It can cause death in small animals and allergic
Lick
reaction.
it. Lick it.
If only Herrick were here.
Ah, no. He's licking the toad.
Lick the toad. He's got poison resistance. He had poison resistance.
How do you think he developed that poison resistance?
He
Yeah,
licked
that-
toads.
Paratoid glands. And the paratoid glands produce a poisonous secretion. That's probably why the toad looks slimy. Because it's defending itself from predators.
Speaking of defending yourselves from predators,
Oh god.
Seamless transition.
you guys
Perfect. Like,
find yourselves back in the foyer, having completed a rather odd dinner, and seeing you on your way out, the burgomaster bids you farewell and sees to your needs as you guys make your way back into the night. And you, as the door closed, see just through that thin ray of light cast onto the shadows out in the night, you see Izek waving slowly. Bye-bye, Koliana. Bye-bye.
What name did he say?
What name who say? Oh, he's saying goodbye to Irina by her last name.
Okay.
That's not weird.
I'm very not creepy. Totally normal.
I don't know where I've heard that sort of a tone of voice before.
I also had a character when you guys were back in Barovia, the Cyrus Bellevue, Strahd's butler beast animal thing.
Oh yeah, not from you specific. I mean, like out in the real world.
I did steal that accent
Sounds like
from
Frankenstein. It sounds like Frankenstein from that one movie.
Young
That one.
Frankenstein.
I think, maybe. It reminds me very much of a Transylvania movie. Maybe that happens in that area. That whole region. Yeah.
It's a recurring character in this part of the woods.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well then. Sorry we didn't avenge you, Irina.
Look, that was a weird situation. I'd appreciate it if everyone just immediately forgot about it. Thank you.
Done.
Fantastic. All
Forgot
right,
about
where
what?
to next?
Oh, I'm not back with the party yet, am I?
I'll say you all hear this. Oh God, my spleen! And Cardius arrives back amongst your party.
Ah, yes. How's everyone doing? Lovely weather, isn't it? Ah, yes.
If you call the rain lovely, then yes.
Very moist.
Walking past your party is a 9-foot-tall, shirtless. It looks like he has black skin, but it has this sheen, like light is bouncing off of it. And he just strolls right through you guys and keeps going.
Hey, I'm the only shiny one here.
I'm the only shirtless one here. Wait a goddamn minute.
Turning back, he and Cardius is shirtless as well as you are. Hey, what's your new character's name, by the way?
Me?
Yes.
Funny.
Anthony. Anthony Reed.
Thank you. Yeah, Anthony, Cardius, and this new player that has entered the field are all shirtless. I'm liking this campaign. Bunch of shirtless guys with some just really well-defined cum gutters.
What?
It's really cut guys. Looks like a bunch of the dudes from 300. Just great shape.
There was no warning. There was nothing.
I've been looking for a place to be able to use cum gutters for a while. It's a good one.
Stop saying it. No.
But they're just so cut. You could really just see the jizz leaking down into these grooves.
Okay.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, that one was a bit too far, okay?
Various kind of looks at all of them like, now I'm feeling overdressed.
No,
You got a top hat on. You're overdressed anywhere.
Look at the nice suit, the top hat. It fits. You can't go around this shirtless.
Yeah. Maybe pop the collar a little. No.
Nice.
Loosen the top two buttons. You'll be fine.
Expose that chest hair.
Also, Looky, Gats is more purple than Obsidian.
Is he more purple? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's kind of purple.
I only read. I should have looked at more pictures. Damn it.
Yeah. It was that purple skin tone that drew Cardeus in.
Oh, hell yeah. You know who is really sexy? Thanos.
Gosh, yeah, I knew that's where that was going.
Yep, everybody knows when Thanos is coming because he's got a big dick. Okay, anyway, moving forward. Where are you guys headed?
Why is he just hanging around? We're not going to acknowledge that.
Nope, he disappears. You watch him cast Dimension Door, he's gone. No, not Dimension Door, Dimensional Plane. Plane Ship, there it is. Yeah, you watch him cast Plane Ship, he's out there.
That's the literal most powerful feat. Walking around.
Well,
Hey, needed riding his thunder horse. Where are you guys headed?
what time of day is it?
It's nice.
Just heard night. Looking around, the city looks pretty sleepy. There are a few people headed to the church, but other than that, looks like a rather mellow night.
Does one of them happen to be a pale 14-year-old boy with black hair?
You do see one of those. Yes, I'm just going to say you wander around long enough to find the described individual. I'm going to try and butcher this name one more time. Milovja. He's a little Milovj. But yeah, you do see him, and walking down the street, tailing him for a moment, you watch him disappear into an alleyway right behind a coffin maker's shop over by Blinksy's.
Oh yeah, that's odd. I'm going to follow him.
I'll follow Farius.
Following as well.
You guys come around the corner just in time to see him disappear within the threshold of the rear entrance of the coffin making shop.
Okay. I'll wait like a minute. If he doesn't come out, I'm gonna head inside.
Is that Among Us music?
Maybe. You guys
It's
making your way.
sus.
Making your way to the back of the coffin maker's establishment, you guys sit at the back door and then open it and proceed in cautiously. At first, you hear these muffled conversation coming from the front of the shop, and creeping closer, it gets louder, and you hear, Milov, we cannot return the bones. We will be murdered for sure if we are caught defying Strahd. It's not right what we did. Come on, we can take them back. They're not here, or they're probably asleep. I'm sure they'll be asleep soon, or if they're not already, and we can probably get away with it. Come on, let's take the bones back. No, Milov, it is too dangerous.
At this point, Farius will step out into wherever they are.
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck are you doing in my shop?
Good evening. I couldn't help but wonder why this young man was sneaking around, and now I discover the source. I do believe that he is in the right, and you should return the bones.
Oh, Lloyd, how do you even know about the bones? We don't even have the bones. What are you talking about?
We were informed this morning during breakfast that the bones were stolen by this lad.
While he's talking to them, can I use etherealness and just kind of walk around their home?
Absolutely. You pass through the shop, and immediately stepping into a room upstairs, you see, well, there's 6 coffins, and they're all lined up next to each other. And you're like, wait, why are coffins, 6 of them, upstairs?
Can I just look in through the coffins, like not even open them, just stick my face through the top of the coffin?
There's a sleeping person inside.
Living?
How much can you tell from the ethereal realm?
I mean, I'm just kind of there. I don't know. They might be just another person in here. I don't know. I'll
Might
check the
just
other-
be a room full of people sleeping in coffins. Weird. I'll double check anyway. Go ahead and roll a perception roll. As you watch these figures wispily wisp in front of your wispy figure.
Wisps.
The dimension of wisps.
There's spiders in this dimension. Like giant face spider thingies.
I know, I breathe them.
Terrifying.
I hate them.
That's not very nice. I hope you know that they like you.
They want to be your friend.
They want to be your friend forever.
See, I put them under a glass cup and a paper towel, and then I immediately throw them into a furnace.
Okay, they're not your friend. And they'll remember that.
These ones would be back.
They better. It was a threat.
As they are generally the size of a car.
So
I have no
moving-
problems with spiders if I could catch them at least.
Yeah, they're your friends.
See,
They'll
it's
just
when you
eat
can't
bugs.
see them anymore is when the problem shows up.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Invisible spiders. Miles Morales is the most dangerous Spider-Man. I've always said. So, you guys, no. Cardius, passing through the ethereal realm, you take a moment to move from downward facing dog into sunward salutation. And as you succeed in your positions with a great performance check, you do not see
Oh, that's performance. My bad.
you do not see the
Oh, why
rise
didn't
and
you say
fall.
anything sooner? Ah.
You do not
You
see
know
them
I'm blind.
breathing though. They're not breathing, their chest ain't moving.
I would know anyway.
Vampires.
Great. Oh, am I not kept out of this place because of the bones? I mean, I do take the same effects as a fiend.
I will look up the effects of the bones of Saint Andral, however.
If the vampires are here, I imagine you wouldn't also be kept out.
That's what I was just thinking. I think it might be a Strahd only effect because the vampire spawn are able to attack and be in the same place where these bones are.
That's them. They're not. They're not fiends.
point,
They're
fair point.
dead.
Let me look these bones of Saint Andrels up.
Because if I can't be in here, that kind of negates the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Saint Andrew's Church. Lucian is a nightly congregation offering their prayers for Saint Andrew's protection. Woof, woof, woof. Till recently, it has been under the protection. It says that the church was protected from Strahd's depredations by the bones of Saint Andral.
So I'm fine.
So, DM's discretion. You are aces.
They'll be like, nope, get out. You cannot be in here. Be gone.
You burst into holy radiant flame. Ah!
I'm vulnerable.
Oof.
Ooh.
Well, are
Yeah.
there bodies in each one of these coffins?
Ah, I see how this works now. Okay, yeah, you're fine. And yes, there is a body in each of the 6 coffins. Oh, sorry. One's empty.
I'm going to step back into the regular plane and be concerned about the fact that there is not a body in that one.
You think
Oh.
back
As
to your earlier adventures in Vallaki, and you remember as your friend Castellan was consumed by a tidal wave of rats, you were able to kill one of the vampire spawns that attacked you in that assault.
Oh no. So these are vampires, right?
Indeed.
Can I take the time to stab through each one of the coffins with the black keys? Like the, what is it when you take like actions or whatever to prepare to like actually kill something?
Absolutely. Describe exactly how you're taking these actions. Like you're...
I'm not opening the coffin. I'm stabbing through the top of the coffin into an area where I assume the thing's heart is.
Got it.
Pretty
Okay.
noisy.
So, lining up a stake, you're like, all right, this is probably about center of mass. This is good. This ought to do it. Winding up, you kind of do the half circle motion and slam the stake down through the coffin, and then simultaneously, 5 of the other coffin's lid bursts off in a splinter of wood, and there are 5 vampire spawns attacking you.
Do you need initiative then?
You guys hear from upstairs just a commotion of splintering wood and exploding coffins. I'll need initiative from everyone, please.
Totally not up here causing trouble. Don't mind me.
Ooh.
Totally not. I'll just chill at the back of the pack like usual.
I've gotten on the Pokemon encounter music.
Immediately, 2 of the vampire spawns bust out the window and start flying away. Oh wait, no, they do spider crawl. Yeah, they start spider crawling away.
Is that a react? I guess they were engaged with me. Never mind.
Yeah, they're kind of just like they're in the coffins on the far side of the room.
All right. Is that my fault? I don't think that's my fault. That's not my problem.
Nope, that's the people on the below in the streets problem now.
Yep. I didn't do anything. So that leaves 2. 3. That leaves 3.
Anthony, you're at the top of the initiative order. You're taking your turn first, so you just hear a lot of commotion coming from upstairs.
Anthony's gonna run up there as quickly as possible to see what's going on.
Yeah. Storming up the stairs, you burst in and you see 3 vampires bearing down on your friend Cardius. Seems like he tried to stab them.
It's not like
Anthony's gonna. Let me do it all. Anthony's gonna draw his short sword and take a running jump and kick one of the vampires in the face with his short sword out.
Short sword out, with the sword out. Sword in hand. Go ahead, roll a
Unarmed strike
Superman
since he's
kick.
kicking.
That it's nice 20.
I have advantage on. Here we go. 9 bludgeoning damage. And I get +2 to my AC. Because I attacked
Seriously?
with my Kinsei weapon out.
Dang.
Yes, when you attack with an unarmed weapon, with your Kinsei weapon in your hand, you get a +2 to your AC.
Fucking
Let me
good,
check.
man.
That's right, yeah. Agile parry. Yes, if you make an unarmed strike as a part of an attack action, on my turn, and I'm holding a Kinsei weapon, I can gain +2 to AC. And that's it for his turn.
Alright, I got the 9 damage. Cardius, you're up.
Alright. There's 3 vampires, right?
There are 3 vampires bearing down on you, one of them with a stake halfway out of its chest.
Right. Okay, so the unharmed vampire, one who hasn't been kicked or staked, I'm gonna leave that one alone. And I'd like to relay to Anthony to also leave that one alone, no matter what happens.
That might be a problem, but okay.
And I'm going to telepathically speak with this vampire as a passive thing, I guess. I'm just gonna keep asking small stuff like, "Hey, how's your day going? What are you doing here?
Oh,
What's up?"
my day's going fine. I went to the... Wait, what are you doing in here?
Oh, no, nothing. Just trying to learn a little bit about you.
Get out
Hi,
of my
name's
mind.
Strahd. No. Yeah, we're going to have a nice, long conversation. And, we're gonna get to know each other, And while he's talking in there, he's going to summon Sam.
Oh no, it's Sam! Summoning
It's Sam.
Sam!
We're summoning Sam. And I will roll an initiative for Sam, because that's what I need to do. Where is his... yes, there.
So when you summon a Sam, that's an action. Does Sam... Oh, he goes right into the initiative order, so you'd want him in initiative.
So
Got
he'll
it.
just come next round. Don't worry about him. But it is my action to summon a thing. I'm still speaking to this vampire, though.
Please, Please get out of my mind. I don't... Oh, God, you're driving me insane.
No. It's fine. I come in peace. I will not harm you.
I don't believe you.
Nah, we're just gonna talk.
Oh, God. He is going to take a swing, and I think that's going to miss.
I'm gonna kind of dodge to the side. Nope, none of that. We're here to speak.
13 on the first one. Does an 18 hit you on the second?
It does.
Right, then that is going to be 1d6 plus 3. Oh, wait, no, that would be... He needs to hit with a claw attack first, so it's 2d4 plus 3. Or instead, I can grapple you, so he is going to grapple you.
How unfortunate.
So,
But since we're here, I do have a lovely hair. Did I mention that earlier? You're absolutely marvelous.
oh, stop. I think I put in my effort. I could do... Wait a minute, you're trying to distract me. I got you now.
Is that Maybelline? Oh, you devil, you.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Next vampire is going to close the distance with... Who's the first one through the door? Well, there's only one without his shirt. Anthony?
There's two.
Well, I do assume that Farius is almost shirtless when he transforms. He, bursts through his shirt, like the Hulk.
I think his clothes change with him. I think he stated that before because we asked the same question.
Damn,
Yeah.
you're right.
He stays dapper no matter the form.
Mm-hmm.
That is magic.
He also isn't transformed yet, so. And downstairs.
Well, I'll contrive some way to
Anthony's
get your
got one
shirt
up
off
there.
in any case.
Stay persistent.
Does a 25 hit you?
Yes.
All right, Anthony, I'm assuming a 13 misses.
Yes. His AC is currently 19.
Holy shit.
Monks, man.
That +2 from Agile Parry really helps.
Yeah.
Damn, seriously. All right, at this point, both Cardius and Anthony are grappled by vampirous fiends. Various looking and seeing both your dear friends seized by undead monstrosities. What do you do?
Varys, the one hugging me, please don't attack him. It's cool. We're buddies.
All right. Irina, make sure these two kids don't leave. If you will. And then Farius will run upstairs to help, pulling out his bow, and hearing Carding say that, he'll be like, okay, and light his bow on fire, dealing damage to himself.
Yeah, it hurts so good.
And then shoot the one holding Anthony.
All right, go ahead and give me a shoot 'em roll.
That's an 8.
8 misses. Just a singular attack, or do you have another one? At level 4.
That's it.
You very well know the answer to that question. You merely wanted to be sly about it.
I did. I'm giving you guys level 5 tonight, but while you guys are low level, I feel like rubbing it in it's just so nice.
Just you wait till I get late. I'll make it
Oh,
tell
you
for
just you wait till Anthony's next turn.
I am afraid
He's
this
He's
never
gonna be
goes.
cranking out damage.
Flurry of blows.
This never does go the way the DM wants it to. Never goes the DM's way. Speaking of,
I feel like Varius needs to switch to melee weapon because he can never hit with his bow.
I mean, you can have one of my black keys. They have radiant damage.
I might take you up on that.
Varius, the final vampire spawn, crosses the room and then lashes out at you, grabbing hold of you. That's going to end the vampire's turn. Coming back to the top of the initiative order, Anthony.
What did it get
Okay.
to hit?
No damage, just grabbed onto you.
And what did it get to hit me?
14, 20.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so how close are all the vampires to Anthony?
Within kissing distance.
Oh, this will be fun. Cardius, I feel the need to say I'm sorry about this.
Please don't do it. I would prefer if you didn't.
Fireball.
I just don't.
Listen, Anthony doesn't care.
Oh god, it'd be cooler if you did, because it kind of needs them to not be touched.
Well, this is the most efficient way to get out of a grapple.
Strength is the most efficient way to get out of a grapple.
Trust me, this is probably better.
Oh boy.
I mean, unless you're killing them outright, it's probably not.
Anthony's tattoo begins to glow, and the glow seems to creep up to his eyes and mouth as bright light surrounds him. Okay, let me read about this ability real quick. Bright light in 10 feet, dim light for 20, for 1 minute, blah blah blah. As a bonus action.
You guys look over and see Sam too, but also Anthony is sparkly. Shing, sparkle, sparkle.
Not sparkly, like just pure blinding light.
That's not radiant, is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And as you
He's
guys
gonna-
look over at Sam, his pecs, his shirtless form looks amazing. So much better with this blinding light. You all look over and you're like, wow.
He's gonna
Die here. Why is that a sound effect you have?
I got some sound
Why
effects.
isn't it a set? Anthony's gonna attempt to headbutt the vampire holding him.
All right, go ahead and roll a headbutt.
How much radiant damage is that?
It hasn't affected yet. Oh, I need to turn it up. 12. Does a 12 hit? Or I forgot. I haven't turned
The 12
advantage
does
off.
not hit.
Oh. Well, he's gonna end his turn. And by the way, before you say anything, everyone within 10 feet takes 4 radiant damage.
Ah, that's 8 radiant damage. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cardace is just gonna kind of hiss out in pain.
I'm sure all the vampires do as well. Varius is the only one's like,
Big
What do you mean?
explosion of radiant energy. And I also take 4 radiant damage.
Same.
Oh, down to 31 health.
hey,
I'm at
high
12.
five for damaging yourself.
Hey.
One of the vampires screeches out horribly. Ah! This DM does a poor job of planning and evaporates.
Oh no. Which one?
Not the one that is grappled onto you, of course.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, oh my gosh, did you see this light, bro? It's absolutely teeming. Oh, the pain, the suffering, the agony.
Oh, I'm there with you. It is a real pain in the ass. Ow, it stings.
Ah, yes, very much so.
That would be Sam's turn.
Right. The vampire that went after Farius, he's gonna attack that.
Understood.
Let me check his thing.
Oh, I was wrong. It's not. I pushed the wrong button. Y'all take 2 radiant damage, not 4.
4 radiant damage, gotcha.
4 radiant damage. The base 4 radiant damage is for an added to an attack.
It's been adjusted. Also, you are no longer grappled, Anthony. I added too many vampire spawns, or at least I had too many vampire spawns attack you.
That's a 12 hit.
A 12 misses.
Ah, well, better luck next time, Sam.
Sorry, Sam. Cardius. Still grappled. You are up.
Still talking to the vampire. About how long have I been doing this?
Oh, well, I figure that we've been talking to each other for a few minutes now.
Oh, yeah. Can you give me a insight?
Well, I don't think I need to. I trust you implicitly. Oh, wait, no, I don't.
Ah. God damn it, why do you have to roll so high? Alright, I'm going to use my charm attraction for this. It was not needed! Suck it, vampire spawn!
Melting before you, you see him, resistant veins struggle futilely. He is under your charm.
Now. You're within... It's okay. Look, it was very nice chatting with you. And this hug, this very nice loving embrace was quite, nice. But, your friends over there are causing quite a bit of trouble. It would be so nice if you would, kill them.
Yeah, fuck them. What have they done for me? He's gotta die.
Right.
So he'll actually attack his compatriot, huh?
Yep. As long as it doesn't harm him, it's free game.
That's amazing. All right, let's see if this other vampire can snap him out of it. However, it is the vampire you just charm's turd.
I mean, I don't know if there's a way to go out of that. It'd be easier to post it.
Silver Tongue.
So as long as it's within 60 feet of me, it's charms. Unless its buddy takes it 61 feet away and waits a minute. That's kind of it.
I think there's a key sentence in there that
Yeah, that's just splash damage. It's not like he meant to attack him.
Yeah, that's kind of why I said don't touch him. But you're not a real companion. I don't know you.
I don't think it works that way.
I just met this guy today. I don't even know him.
I really don't. And at that point, does he really know I'm associated with him? I don't think he does. I mean, I took damage from that as well. It should be a mutual thing. But I guess at this point, it's kind of up to you.
He's charmed. Too cool not to. You watch him head down. The long anime shading lines come from the background forward, and he turns at a 90-degree angle towards his vampire companion. He's gonna make 2 attacks.
Oh god, if that failed, I would have had to use Devil's Tongue.
Well, yep. Now I'm rolling low. That's lucky for this other guy. Oh.
He's just really giddy right now, just newly being charmed.
I mean, I'll attack my friends if you want me to, I guess. I mean, for you. So the vampire's gonna be like, hey, what the fuck?
That's my turn.
It's gonna miss. Does an 18 hit you, Cardius?
It does.
Alright, you are grappled as this one vampire latches back onto you, grabbing you with a clawed hand.
Again? God, I know I'm hot, but Jesus. If you wanted a hug, you could have just said so.
Can't keep their hands off you, and that's going to be back to Farius' turn.
Am I still being grappled?
Negative. You are no longer being grappled.
Alright. I'll make sure I'm out of 5 feet of any vampire and shoot at the one holding Cardius.
Give me a shoot 'em roll.
Another 8.
Man, you guys are rolling really, really low.
Today's just not today.
All right, back up to Anthony.
Blasted bow.
Anthony is going to. Let's see what's. A lot of these are very specific in how you use them. So let me take a gander at them.
I just had this bow waxed.
Anthony's going to grab his hand crossbow from his hip and hold that in his left hand and charge the vampire that's grappling with it. And charge the vampire that is grappling. And attack with his short sword. And
That's going to hit.
he uses bonus action to attack with his crossbow that he gets without disadvantage because of the crossbow expert feat.
That's some Van Helsing shit. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, that unfortunately misses, though. Damn hand crossbows.
9 piercing, and you take an extra 4 radiant damage.
All right, I've got it. And I've got the 4 extra.
Awesome.
Right.
That's going to be the end of his turn, and everyone take 2 radiant damage unless you have vulnerability. Then you take 4.
God fucking, you're gonna kill me. That's what this is gonna be.
I don't know if I like this new character, Anthony.
I don't want to be in a party with you anymore. I can't take this anymore.
Well, to be fair, I didn't know that you had a vulnerability.
The pain, the agony.
It happens.
Didn't think we'd be in a tiny room fighting vampires, you know? You know how it is, right?
He's just gonna look at you with pure hate.
As you all get singed, some more so than others. Sam Strahd.
All right, Sam, please. He's gonna attack the one grappling me.
Right.
Yoink. Actually, that wasn't the one I wanted to do. I'm sorry. I wanted a claw attack. Ignore that.
Reroll.
Yes. It's not any better, but
15
that's
hits.
close. Well, never mind. It's wonderful. Good job.
15 is the AC.
12. It's slashing.
Starting to look rough.
Great. We can't be turned into vampires by vampire spawns, right?
I think you can. Or
Up
actually, I think you can be perma-killed. I don't... Let me check. I know it says... Now that's a Strahd zombie. Were Raven. Come on. I got Strahd's stat block. It's got to be right here. It's got to be right here.
It reduces our hit point maximum if they bite us.
I know it reduces the hit point maximum if you still live through it. Wonder if you actually get reduced to 0 if you come back as a vampire. Yeah, I'll have to look it up later. This is not in the stat block. But in any case, yeah, this guy's starting to look rough, and as the tiger slashes open this vampire's guts, Cardius, you're up.
Great. I'm still grappled, right?
Correct, you are still grappled.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
20 is gonna hit. 9 fire damage.
I think. Is that already added? One moment. I don't know if I added the thing to it.
Milov. Milovajov. Milovaj. That's probably it.
That's 9 damage.
Alright, I've got the 9 damage.
That's my turn.
Vampire is going to... yeah, he's not happy about this situation of being surrounded completely by a tiger as well. He's going to make a bite attack.
On.
On the person he's grappling, you, Cardias.
Ah, Jesus. Hate my life.
I don't think a 13 will hit you, though.
Ah, that just barely misses.
Oh, no. Well, that's one dead vampire spawn, then. Just for the spite of it. The
Oh,
vampire
no.
takes a second swing at you. Ooh. It's going to be 9 damage from the... and 11 Hellish Rebuke. Ow.
If it doesn't take the dexterity save. Well, I guess it's already kind of touching me. I think the health rebuke was getting out of the way. I don't actually know how that works, what you're doing. But if you're grappling somebody, can you make dexterity?
Yeah.
Fail.
well.
Yeah, it's going to be a failure, though, at 8.
11 more fire damage.
That's going to do it. You guys watch as this vampire spawn bursts into flames and slowly is cooked to cinders.
Great. I'm gonna dust the cinders off my clothing.
Farius is going to frustratedly throw his bow on the ground.
Can I
Anthony's-
toss Darius one of the black keys?
You toss over a black key?
Yep. It's a consecrated Kadachi.
What?
So 1d6 plus 4. Up, wait, let me get the specific damages on that. 1d6 slashing and 1d6 radiant.
And
I wonder if that's rolling
what
correct.
stats does it use?
Use my dex, so.
Oh.
I would assume it uses your dex.
Okay. Is it a magic weapon or is it just...
Yes, it's a magic weapon. It was consecrated by the church.
So, what's its plus?
There's no plus. You only get,
Just the extra radiant damage.
yeah, you only get your extra radiant damage.
So it's 1d6 slashing and then...
1d6 radiant.
Alright. Good.
Hopefully, you have better luck with that one.
Hopefully.
Take a moment to outfit yourselves and re-equip. You secure your weapons and then, following the path that the other vampires took, leaping out the windows to escape from you, you look down the street and see there at the end of the block, St. Andrew's Church. And as you look down, in the shadows, through the darkness, you see the 3 figures disappearing around the church's edges.
I don't have time for that. I'm dying.
I'm in proximity to Anthony. I'm going to die.
Cardace is gonna pop out the window real quick.
Farius is gonna go back downstairs.
How far away is the church?
Yeah, it's about spitting distance.
Like 120 feet away.
Yeah, about.
I can get there. That's been the
Anthony
key
is-
point.
Anthony stumbling on over. You burst into the church, and everyone. It's like stone. You could hear a pin drop. It is just quiet, and everyone slowly turns their head You find yourself standing in the threshold of the double doors, like arms outstretched. Everyone's sitting, staring at you, waiting in anticipation.
Did y'all see any vampires? Oh, might I mention he's not drunk. His radiant form makes him sober. He's sober now. Just little quirky thing I gave him.
You owe me 3 health potions, Anthony.
Listen, Anthony can heal people. I don't know what you're talking about.
You owe me healing.
Anthony's light is gonna just go out. I'm gonna make it go out. Yeah, no more damage for people.
So you stop hurting people with radiant damage, as that's probably a call, as you proceed within the St. Andrew's Church, looking around for the clear threat that you saw moving through the shadows, descending on the church. And as you walk through the pews leading up to the Father himself, we're going to cutscene back over to the Coffin Maker's place. Who's still in the Coffin Maker's? I believe Cardius and Farius?
Cardaeus is on the front lawn in front of the Coffin Maker's place, rolling around in pain as he's downing health potions.
Various was going to talk to the kid in the coffin maker.
You hear the screams of Cardius coming from outside. Ow! Ow! It stings! Fuck! As you talk to the Coffin Maker.
Look, here, take the bonds. They are hidden here under the cabinet. I give them to you. I apologize. They threatened us with our lives. I thought we were gone for sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, brave heroes, for rescuing us. It was a close call.
As he's talking, it's just, why? God dang it.
Various just takes the bone, Bones gives a nod, doesn't say anything, and just walks out and goes over to Cardaeus on the ground. Well, shall we go return these?
Cardaeus is gonna look up really dazed, and he's like, oh my gosh. Are you taking me away? Is this it?
Well, if you're asking if you're dying, not the case, but I am taking you somewhere.
He looks like so close to death right now. But he's going to muster up whatever strength he had left. Finish downing his only health potions. He's going to have to make more of those later. And follow the dapper werewolf.
All right, you guys proceed down the street with the bones in hand, sure that you've accomplished your mission, and soon the town will be safe once again from Strahd. Oh, yes?
There were 2 other vampire spawns that may or may not have gotten out. I'm not sure where they went, but they're out there. Just know that.
I imagine that's where Anthony went.
Perhaps.
He seemed quite capable of dispatching them.
He wasn't quite aware of the either.
Yes.
And I'll say you guys are about 60, 70 feet away from the church itself, gaining rapidly when you hear a psh, a shattering of glass and a screams of cacophony coming.
Ah, oh God, he's here! Oh God, we're gonna die!
Do you want to deal with that or continue on our way?
Where is it coming from?
Church.
I'm gonna pick up the pace.
Actually, can I spread out my wings and just pick up Various and just fly us there?
Varys allowing him, you guys charge, flying up into the air, covering the last bit of distance between you and St. Andrew's. Cutscene back to Anthony. Anthony.
Yeah.
You walk down the central aisle of this church. It's beautiful, and you think in Barovia it's important to have holy sites, shrines dedicated to hope. And as you proceed down this warm aisle, red carpet, the air chills and the music pitch changes to a haunting harmony. The thin light trickling in through the stained glass turns blood red, casting the images in shades of maroon darkness before. The crash of the stained relief explode inward, showering shards down on the shrieking procession. You see floating down to the dais, Strahd seizing the father by the throat, plunge his fangs into the priest's neck. Climbing through the window and down the walls are two vampire spawns that leap into the pews and begin laying death to anyone too slow to escape. Panic and death is everywhere, and as the faithful flee, swatting and tripping over rats and bats, biting at their eyes and ankles, the swarms circle around the vampire's whirlwind of carnage.
That was very extreme.
Extreme. And that's where we're gonna end this night's session.
So I'd like to apologize for that radiant damage, Cardius.
Your apology
I did
nothing.
You're a monster.
IRL. In real life, I did not know your character had vulnerability to radiant.
I'm a fiend.
Well, I didn't know that. I thought you were just like a tiefling or something. Fancy
The
tiefling.
horns and tails and wings didn't give it away.
You can play a feral tiefling thing that gives you wings.
Silver tongue ability saying it comes from an incubus. That didn't give you the hint.
To be fair, I'm not entirely sure what an incubus is.
Ah.
I can
It's the
introduce
male
you.
version of a succubus.
Ah.
I'd like compensation for this.
I'd like compensation for my tiger.
Your tiger didn't love you.
No, don't say that about Sam. Please, Sam, come
Sam
back.
will tell you himself.
If I had known you had took damage from radiant, I would have gone with a different version of ASMR.
Ah, the pain.
Yeah.
I can't be anywhere near you. I'd like a restraining order.
Only once per long rest
I'd like a restraining order.
for 10 minutes,
You guys are like
or until I end it as a bonus action.
devil, half angel.